Hello and welcome to Coach's Corner, our weekly conversation with Trevor Gorman, the head men's soccer coach at the University at Albany. Coach, thanks for joining us. I know you're not in the highest of spirits after a heartbreaking loss in the semifinals at home to Binghamton, a contest in which and I had the opportunity to do that game. You guys looked marginally better to be just point blank and outplayed the Bearcats for 80 minutes, and they got an opportunity and they put one in and ended your guys' season. How are you feeling right now, and what are your takeaways from that match? What were your impressions?
It was obviously a very emotional match, as any game at the end of a season tends to be. Playing at home in the semifinal was a big occasion. We were up for it, and I couldn't have been prouder of the way our team played. I think we went out, we executed our game plan, we gained control of the match, dominated play for large phases, created 18 shots, multiple scoring opportunities, forced their keeper into 8 saves, 12 corner kicks to 1. You could read the stat lines, and at the same time, that's what can make our sport so cruel at different times. Full credit to Binghamton, who came in and found a way to get the result, to advance, which is the name of the game at that time of year. We're devastated because we felt like the effort we put in and the team that we are this year, we deserved a bit more. But there are a lot of teams feeling that way at this time of the year. So it was a difficult match to be a part of because of the end result, but certainly not to take anything away from the performance or the effort or the commitment of the guys. And we have to live with the fact that in knockout competitions, in tournament play, in college athletics, these sorts of things happen.
And soccer is probably the only sport where you can have as firm of control without actually registering what matters, and that's a goal. And when I talked to you for a half second on the way out of the stadium, and your just simple quote to me is, "That's soccer," and I thought that was pretty apropos. How was your team reacting after this?
Well, naturally, they're disappointed, they're devastated. It's such an immediate culmination of a season. One of the difficult things in sports with knockout competitions is the immediacy of the ending, and you're not necessarily mentally prepared for it because there's the possibility of continuing. So coming off a game like that, obviously the players are disappointed and frustrated and wanting more, and those are all natural emotions, and it's difficult. It's difficult to end, and it's, for all involved, frustrating. But at the same time, you take a few days, you get away from it, you gather your thoughts, you get some perspective into it, and you look back, and as we said to the guys after the game, and then a few days later when we got together again, everybody should have their heads held very, very high, because we wouldn't have changed anything we did to prepare for that game. We wouldn't have changed anything that we tried to do in that game. And some days the ball doesn't go in. And we had one of those games. I did say to you afterwards, that's soccer. And the quote, "that's soccer," can be used in positive situations for a team or in frustrating, disappointing ones. But it's the reason we love the game and the sport, and the beauty of it is it can go in a bunch of different ways. And unfortunately, Wednesday night it didn't go ours.
Well, you say take a couple days, and a couple days have been taken. And as you continue to zoom out and look at the season as a whole, there were so many positive things that happened for the first time in the University at Albany's history. You win the regular season championship. You were the #1 seed. You had the striker of the year. All these things. There's no precedent here, and you're setting the precedent. With time and a couple days, have you been able to appreciate some of those things?
Yes and no. I think the loss doesn't go away quite that quickly, but you certainly do step back and you look at all the positives, and you realize, as we told the guys this morning when we wrapped some things up, that group that we've had this year, and it's never quite the same because you have one or two that leave and your seniors are gone, but that group is now forever etched in the history of our program. They've accomplished things, as you said, that have never been done before. They've essentially raised the bar for what success is for UAlbany men's soccer. And that's something that every single person was a part of. It's something that should be a source of pride for years and decades to come. And it's now also a challenge and a marker that's been thrown down to future Great Dane squads that include the returning players. It includes any interested prospect out there who contacts us and wants to be a part of our program. The bar has now been set by this group. So certainly the accomplishments are vast, and a regular season championship is a championship. It's over the course of a 7-game season, proving to be the best team in the league. And they should be proud of all those things. Individuals certainly played well, but collectively as a team, I couldn't be prouder of them. And it's exciting, once you get away from that disappointment, exciting to look at where the bar is now, to look at what expectations will be, to realize how difficult it is to reach higher expectations, but to be excited about that process and that journey.
Well, Coach, I'll say congratulations, because that bar has been set. You guys are champions. Not the end result you wanted, but really just a tremendous season, the first of its kind for UAlbany, and we'll be sure to be checking up with you in the off season and looking forward to next season as you guys bring back a ton of talent, and I'm sure we'll be expected to do the same thing that you did this season. So congrats again.
Thank you.
And best of luck in your off season. All right, that'll do it for the men's soccer season. Congrats again to all the Great Danes who contributed to the championship season in 2015. And of course, congrats to Coach Trevor Gorman and his staff, the coaching staff of the year in the America East Conference. For Coach Gorman, I'm Zach Bye. We'll see you next time.